Good morning everyone, welcome back to your beloved Crazyhouse chess speedrun, the arguably most aggressive but can also be the most defensive variant possible. And without any further ado, let's get into today's content. First game we're getting a 1600 from Serbia. e4. Since I prefer the more aggressive playstyle, e4 first move is pretty much my only choice. e5. Knight c3. Knight c6. Knight f3. Knight f6. Rarely anyone has ever gotten a lead against me in the opening phase, and if you want to improve your opening foundations, let me introduce to you Lotus Chess. Lotus Chess focuses on teaching openings in a fun and easygoing pace, adapting to your own personal playstyle and specifically helps you win more games. Their signature feature is definitely the crushing lines, like right here I can learn how to win in 5 moves with the London system. Literally my favorite opening, but I have never known about such a tactic before. Now I have a plus 2.56 advantage over my opponent just after the very first few moves of the opening phase. Well, maybe the crushing lines are actually crushing. Check out Lotus Chess right now and prep yourself with some of these nasty tactics. I promise you won't be disappointed. Back to the video. Bishop c4. So far so good. He's coming. Okay, so theoretically that should blunder a pawn. I have 2 defenders, he has 2 attackers, he cannot recapture the pawn. But I don't know. Maybe there are some secret tactical lines here that I cannot see. This variant is very unpredictable. He takes. I'll take with bishop. Capturing materials gives the capturing side the power of using that piece as their own pieces, which can be dropped down at anywhere at any time they want to. Winning a knight this early is actually a massively huge advantage. Bishop g5. Aha. You know what? Let's just do something fun for the content. Let me sacrifice the queen. The plan is after bishop takes d1 I'll go bishop f7 check, king e7, knight drops down on d5 check, forcing king d6. And even though I don't really see the continuation after that, I mean it just cannot be too bad if the king is right in the middle of the board. My opponent just takes the knight instead. So I lost a knight for nothing. It's fine. Pawn lands on f3. Bishop e6. Take d4. There is an empty square on f7, we can totally take advantage of that. Knight c4. I'll sacrifice a pawn. The attraction tactic, luring his king up with a tempo to start a massive attack at the king. King takes f7. Knight lands on g5 check. King back to e8. Bishop f7 check. King e7. And I'm out of checks. Bishop takes e6. Well, I mean it's fine. I also don't see my opponent as any counterattacks anyway. The initiatives are still in our hands. Knight back to d6. Knight d5 check. King e8. Pawn f7 check. Almost a checkmate. Knight takes f7 is forced. Bishop takes f7. King d7. Bishop e6. King d6. And I still cannot see anything. Okay, fine, I'll just win the queen. King takes e6. Knight takes d8 check. Rook takes d8. Queen e5 check. King f7. Knight g5 check. Who knows, maybe he will actually sneak his king into the death hole. He did. Queen e6 check. Not a checkmate because he can still block with the reserved materials. Pawn lands on f7. Queen takes f7. Checkmate in 1. That was almost so bad. Had he kept his king outside, then I wouldn't even know what to do. But a win is a win. Second game, let's go. Second game we get another 1600, but this time he's from Italy. e4. e4 e5 knight c3. This is what we call the Vienna opening. As you can see, I chose to develop the queenside knight first instead of the kingside knight, which will unavoidably delay the castling progress. But since capturing in this variant can bring a lot of chaos and unexpected tactics, having a knight defending the e-pawn makes a much safer approach to the opening phase. Bishop c5. Knight f3. Knight f6. Ha! You see? Since my opponent chose to develop his king's knight first, he accidentally blundered the e-pawn. Bishop takes f2. He's coming. King takes f2. How can he even continue this attack though? Again, my e-pawn is very well defended. He went that way instead, which isn't any better. I guess he's panicking. Maybe take a moment to calm down a little bit before making the next move. Never mind. I'll take this pawn. Rook f8. Aha. And just like the first game, let me sacrifice the queen. King takes f8. The rook that I've just captured lands on h8 check. King e7. Okay, I mean there should be some sort of sketchy checkmate here, but I don't want to spend time finding it now. I'll keep it simple. This move basically forces his king to take my rook and thus put the king in a very restrictive corner. At this rate I don't worry about losing this game anymore, so there is no need to rush. King takes d8. Knight takes f7 check. King d7. I really want to go queen d8 check, but it is not a checkmate. His king still has two free squares to go to. A simple pawn on d5 can control those two squares, but I'll lose the tempo. So I guess bishop b5 check. If I cannot control those squares, I'll make my opponent take over those squares by himself. Exactly. Bishop lands on f5 check. Now block this check with your reserved pawn. Absolutely. Now queen lands on d8. My opponent helped me checkmate himself. After the game I took another look at the positions, and it turned out that I actually missed a lot of checkmating chances. Please feel free to point them out in the comment section in case you happen to find any. Some of them are absolutely beautiful combinations of knights, bishops and pawns. Crazyhouse chess speedrun today. 200% win rate.